This is Everyday Man 2K. Make sure you like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell and set it to all. Again, set notification bell to all. You will not receive notification of my videos unless you set it to all. First off, if you are a fan of Candace Owens and may feel a type of way about what I'm about to say about her, you may want to go ahead and exit stage left now because I don't have anything good. The only thing good I got is that on some days she looked like she can get it. But for the most part, her ugly spirit makes whatever she has to offer physically null and void. Black community, trust me when I tell you that Candace Owens does not have your best interest at heart. Her biggest shtick is that she left us on a plantation of leftist liberalism. Even if that were true, does Candace not realize that in essence, she left one plantation on the left to join another plantation on the right? If she thinks that we are being used, she is definitely being used tenfold by conservative groups. This notion leads me to the current statements Candace made in regards to the recent killing of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer. She asserted that we should not show honorable respect to Floyd because he had a criminal past. Of course, like always, her thoughts are short-sighted and not well thought out. Malcolm X, as Malcolm Little, was a too-big criminal before he changed his life and became a better man later in life for the betterment of our community. But this is not the first time we have heard ignorant statements from Candace. Apparently, making ignorant statements for her is par for the course. I remember her telling lawmakers at a hearing about white nationalism that the country needs to talk about more about what she called harassment of conservatives of color. She even hijacked the story of her conservative grandfather's struggles and all that he had to go through in his life. But none of her grandfather's struggles applied to her while living in the suburbs of Stamford, Connecticut. If you don't know, let me share a few tidbits with you on the background of this fake broad. Candace Owens started off as a liberal YouTube blogger. If you go look at some of her old videos, you can tell that Candace is really a good actress who can rehearse lines. She can rehearse liberal lines just as good as conservative ones. It just depends on who's paying. During the same time of YouTubing, this well-spoken dimwit flunked out of college and started working as a receptionist for a company with uppity conservatives and decided, hey, I can make more money rehearsing their propaganda. And then she switched her views on YouTube and became a rising star in the conservative world. Here's the sad part. These conservatives just love the fact that a black person would say anything for their cause, so they have lowered the bar. Candace has no degrees, has not written any substantial books, has not conducted any major studies, but I'm supposed to be impressed that she can memorize 5 index cards of BS? I watched her debate Cornel West on Fox, and this bro was talking down on him like he was just some nigga off the street. Cornel West is well studied in academia, well respected, and has written many books on many subjects. And this woman has the nerve to even breathe around him? Condoleezza Rice is a conservative and on the opposite end of my views. But I respect her because she is well studied and can cite books and studies that she actually wrote. Candace is a well-spoken clown show with index cards in her purse. To me, Candace is the worst liability because of her reach, which is now global. Candace is employed by a group called Turning Point USA and is married to its founder. She is clearly a programmed robot for their agenda. She low-key fights, barks, bites, and protects her racist husband and his counterparts. Oh, but listen to this doozy. When she was a teenager living in suburban Connecticut, unlike her grandfather, she was bullied by some white girls at school for dating white boys. She sued the school system and won a settlement for her claim of the system not protecting her from, you guessed it, racism. The same racism that she and Turning Point USA claim does not exist today. So she had no problem using the system to protect her rights, but then says the same system is way too liberal and should not be used to protect the rights of others. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. This is Every Man 2K. Peace, and I'm out. This is Every Man 2K. We're about to go into our chat and music session. But first, if you would like to donate via Cash App, the Cash App ID is $EBMN2K. That's $EBMN2K. If you'd like to make a donation via PayPal, send it to paypal.me/EBMNTWOK. That's paypal.me/EBMNTWOK. And if you'd like to send it via Venmo, send it to @EBMN2K. That's @EBMN2K. Thanks. We're about to go into our chat and music session. If you're new to my channel, you should come by to the chat room and introduce yourself. I mean, if you're going to fix a plate and eat my food, you should at least stop by the grill and dap me up. Let me know you're having a good time. If you're watching this in playback, I recommend that you just keep doing what you're doing and just let the music rock out. Just let it rock out and relax, bro. All right, let's go. Greetings. You're listening to the music session provided to you by Ebony Man 2K. If you missed my commentary on Strong Mama Chrissy and the gang at the beginning, make sure you scroll the red bar on the screen all the way to the left to view. Thanks. Greetings. You're listening to the music session provided to you by Ebony Man 2K. If you missed my commentary on Strong Mama Chrissy and the gang at the beginning, make sure you scroll the red bar on the screen all the way to the left to view. Thanks. When I lived in Atlanta, I created and hosted an open mic that featured spoken word artists and poets. One of my favorite artists was a guy by the name of Tommy Bottoms. I related to him because, like me, he was an educated brother, but had street game. But more importantly, he always questioned the system, and he spoke truth to power in his material. I came across his YouTube channel that seems to be dormant, but I wanted to share with you a couple of his audio clips that are profound, even though he spoke them over a decade ago. One performance talks about the manipulation of the judicial system in regards to crime. And in recognition of Juneteenth, the other one talks about slavery and the parallels of the prison industrial complex. Tommy Bottoms, if you're out there listening, consider this to be a show of appreciation of your work. Peace, bro.
9 to 5 grind just be weighing heavy on my mind. Cause see, them 2 15-minute breaks and a half-hour lunches don't be enough. So when I go home, I'll be ready to relax my dome and unwind and let my mind release by burning some green trees wrapped in a brown leaf. So on my way home to the crib, I hit the weed spot, give me a $20 bag of that gunfire, and hit the liquor store, get a box of Phillies and 2 tall cans of Budweiser. Then one day I'm sitting at the crib smoking a spliff, sipping my brews, and I happen to be flipping past the NBC Nightly News, and I see this police chief giving some speech about he setting up some crime task force committee to help crack down on crime in the city. And at the end of his little soliloquy, he had the nerve to say that he wanted to send a message out to the people that crime don't pay. Now that's a bunch of bullshit. Because not only is it cliche to say that crime don't pay, but that's like a 400-pound fat man trying to jump a fence. It just doesn't make sense. See, crime is big business. Just look how many people who are employed by the judicial system. From the COs to the POs to the prosecuting attorneys to the bailiffs who guard the juries, the courtroom stenographer, the crime scene photographer, the 911 dispatcher, the fire clerks, the phone tappers, and can't forget about the forensic science to do the lab test, the people who manufacture the bulletproof vest, the ATF, the FBI, and the DEA. And if crime would have stopped tomorrow, all these people would be out of work the very next day. See, crime is just as important to the economy as any other commodity. See, when the crime rate does go down, how often does the police department lay off some of his officers? See, since crime is big business, they just get the politicians to create more laws to create more criminals. So they come up with some little slick shit like a seatbelt law with a cute catchphrase like click or the ticket and claim they want to save lives. But the truth is, they just want to get off in the nigga business, see what he's doing off in his ride. You know, hopefully they catch him riding dirty with some weed stashed in seats, around with a suspended license, doing a little drinking and driving. But if you really want to cut down on drinking and driving, then why isn't it required that you have to take a breathalyzer before you leave the bar or the club? Because see, they're ready for you to get off in the streets and have to deal with the police, and that's how they maintain their job security. And these correctional facilities turning niggas into modern day slaves, they paying them way below the minimum wage. So they pay a prisoner 15 cents an hour to press out your license plates. But when you go to the DMV, it costs you $200 or $300 for them exact same license plates. So don't tell me that crime don't pay, because every other day they shut down for school because of city budget cuts. But when was the last time you heard of a prison going bankrupt? Then they got these fucked up cocaine laws where they give you 2 years for powder, 10 years for rock. But the truth is, they don't ever want to see the dope game stop. Because see, a drug is a drug, whether it's crack or Prozac. They got these little children addicted to Ritalin, but you never see no pharmaceutical company being portrayed as no villain. I mean, what if they made all the legal drugs illegal? You had niggas making rap videos about how they stand on the corner slinging nicotine patches and serving up 8 balls of Demerol and slinging keys of Viagra all the way to Florida to Alaska. But see, that's never gonna happen. Because see, rich white folks have never allowed themselves to be given the same status as some ghetto crack addict. See, prisons are built for the poor and uneducated. That's why they represent more than 90% of the population that's incarcerated. See, half of them don't care they slaves, the other half don't know. So prison just becomes a revolving door for the unskilled and the poor, which just creates more job security for the CEOs, the wardens, and the criminal defense lawyers. And even the district attorney got his hand inside the cake, prosecuting cases of people he know are innocent just to get them caught up in the system. Because see, prison is big business. There's more people in prison in America than anywhere else in the world, yet this is supposed to be the land of the free. See, can't nobody tell me that crime don't pay. I mean, what if you're a criminal defense lawyer, you make 6 figures a year, do you really want to see crime go away? Hell no. You'd rather see people living in poverty because poverty breeds crime. And the more crime means the bigger the house, the bigger the boat, and the better the Rolex watch. And while the kids get to go off to college, poor kids go off to the school of hard knocks. Now, I'm all about peace, but fuck the police, and especially chief of police, this bullshit speaks about how crime don't pay. Because pretty soon there won't be nobody left to lock up, then what? You just left with a fucked up nation, the police all patrolling one big plantation, everybody just sitting around waiting for another Emancipation Proclamation like it's 1863. See, everything I see leads me to believe that there's a very thin line between breaking the law and being the law because, see, laws are made to be broken. So you can't tell me some of these judicial officials, they secretly hoping that niggas don't open up their eyes and realize that the only way to beat the system is to stay out of the system. So I'm no longer giving them shit. I'm going to make sure I stay legit because I don't belong in no prison. So the next time a cop pulls me over, I better tell him to suck on these 9 inches and get fucked with no foreplay because I understand the game and I know that crime pays and I know this the land of the thief and the home of the slave and I know America got 1,000,001 ways to get paid. So the last thing I'm trying to hear is a motherfucker tell me that crime don't pay. Man, they write history books about crooks. From Jesse James to John Dillinger, man, they was notorious gunslingers. And when John Gotti died, they marched him through the city like he was some type of slain world leader. And these drug dealers go out and buy Mercedes and Lexus, but nobody ever asked Mercedes and Lexus to forfeit 20% of their profit because 20% of their product was bought with drug money. They don't give a shit where the money comes from. Just keep it coming. That's how the economy works. Buying and selling. So it doesn't matter if it comes from a college graduate or a two-time felon. So Mr. Chief of Police, I have to disagree with your bullshit speech that crime don't pay. Because if no people no longer sell dope, steal, and rob, your ass will be out of a fucking job. And I'll bet you change what you got to say because you already know that crime definitely pays. Peace on that, y'all. You sure? I know this is for TV. I shouldn't be up here drinking, man. But they'll edit it out later, maybe. You put a blur in front of it or something. You know what I mean? I just stand here like this. No, it ain't. I'm going to just do 2 very long poems, so just hang in there with me. I'm going to tell you off the rip. They long as hell. And I'm going to take my time, you know what I mean? Because, shit, when you go to work, you don't start as soon as you get there, you know what I'm saying? So, chill a little bit too. Alright. When I say ladies and you say gentlemen, ladies and, when I say ladies and you say gentlemen, ladies and, now I ain't never needed a pen and the paper to paint a perfect picture, but I can still give you a vivid description of what I'm spitting just over some raw talent and good diction. So look, ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention and listen as I give you a quick description how the media big pimping, relying on the people's ignorance, decrease their profits, their revenues, and stockholder dividends, because they all about them Benjamins, baby. So look, ladies and gentlemen, most of these rappers cannot get major record label backing unless they can market themselves as being murderers or drug traffickers. But I'm going to go ahead and drop the news on most of these dudes, because see, most of these rappers are just actors. See, selling dime bags of weed on your mama's front porch does not really qualify you as being a drug lord. But see, these children, they mostly looking and not listening. So they're not really paying attention to the fact that most of these rappers are just pretending. See, all they see is the diamonds glistening, the rims spinning, so the inner city children go up. Then the only way to get rich is through rapping or drug dealing. So look, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call class warfare. And the name of the game is to profit off of other people's pain. That's why you can slang in your white tee, bang in your white tee, kill 12 people, just do it over tight beats. See, the object is to keep the mass of the people dumb, so they hypnotize the young with the sound of the drum. See, these record labels, they're no longer looking for MCs. They just looking for a rapper with a tight beat and a rap sheet and an entourage that can pack heat. That's because the hottest rapper in the street is the rapper with the most beef. So keep them hooks simple, don't say nothing too deep. And that's when the record label radio stations step in and pretend that they got to defend the rapper's right to freedom of speech. So they allow you to say whatever hell you want, as long as you don't say nothing bad about Jewish people and fags. Because see, those are the main decision makers, those radio stations and major record labels. I mean, what you think would happen if Snoop Dogg started rapping about shooting some Jewish guy in the eye in a drive-by, then kidnapping the rabbi and getting him high to try to convince him that the Holocaust is a lie? Snoop Dogg definitely kiss his career bye-bye. And that's on the for shizzle, my nizzle. But them exact same people in power quick to bite their tongue when it comes to glorifying the horrifying lifestyles of the inner city slums. They have no problem telling your kids to get rich or die trying. They ain't nothing unless they rockin' platinum and diamonds. Convincing the children that it's cool to be a villain. Cause real niggas do real things and they scared to go to prison. And look, ladies and gentlemen, this is the very ignorance of the radio station is spinning and making and killing all of your children. But all actuality, that is just the microcosm of a much larger problem. See, all the major media that you see, from radio to TV, is actually all controlled by like 4 or 5 companies, which means if you have not learned to think for yourself, your very view of the world that you're living in is actually controlled by somebody else's opinion. See, the corporate elite, they have a vested interest in keeping the average American citizen at a certain level of ignorance. See, the less educated you are, the less they have to pay you to perform low-level jobs. So they already know everybody's not going to grow to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a CEO. Because if everybody making CEO dough, then who gonna clean the toilets, flip the burgers, and scrub the floors? See, capitalism is a machine, which means somebody gotta be the oil. So the purpose of the media is to kind of keep the people passive and constantly feed the people's addiction for television. That way you never had to worry about no questioning the system. And to maintain that status quo, they make sure the people get healthy doses of videos, talk shows, and reality TV. And if you're old as me, you remember when TV talk shows used to actually tackle tough topics. But now they just been dumbed down to getting a paternity test to see who's the baby's father. And the object is to keep your mind idle. That's why it's no coincidence that the most popular show on TV is American Idol. Because of Idol Mind, the devil's workshop, where they constantly build bigger and better TVs, increase the amount of TV that you watch. And since you want to cop everything you see on TV, you work a job you don't like to buy shit you don't need. Cause you constantly trying to keep up with them Joneses, them Sean Puffy Combses. You got folk who make 80 grand a year, but they 2 checks from being homeless. So look, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason television exists is to sell you shit. Why you think a 30-minute TV show has 15 minutes worth of commercials? That's because the commercials are the main attraction. The actual TV show itself is just there as a distraction to keep you watching just long enough to pinpoint your demographic and your particular spending habit. Do not think it was no accident that they got you to convert from the cash to the plastic. Now they can always electronically track your every purchase. Not that your life means anything. It's just good for market research. And I know the truth hurts, but whether you like it or not, we have all become proud citizens of the United States of big business, because this is America, y'all. Land of the pimps, home of the hustlers, where nobody's really a citizen, just a potential customer. And the national motto is F you, pay me, because they all about them Benjamins, baby.
Greetings. You're listening to the music session provided to you by Ebony Man 2K. If you missed my commentary on Strong Mama Chrissy and the gang at the beginning, make sure you scroll the red bar on the screen all the way to the left to view. Thanks.
Alright, this is for all the people to be like, man, every time I see you, Tom, you got a drink in your hand. Well, there you go. Buy me one next time, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Alright, there's some drinkers in here. I'm the only one. Bartender, is the other drinkers in here? Oh, okay. Like 1 or 2? Okay. This is for the 1 or 2 other people. You gonna drink with me? Alright, that's what's up. You probably gonna want to do more than drink, man. You know what I'm saying? I do that too, though. I do that too. I ain't even gotta say what it is. Could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Now they tried to make me go to rehab. I said, I knew it was a couple more drinkers up in here. You know what I'm talking about? I knew. Stop playing. All right. Now, when it comes to the ability to combine thought-provoking concepts in a rhyme, Tommy Bottoms is way ahead of his time. So in celebration of my greatness, From time to time, I typically have a taste of tequila as a toast to my talent for telling the truth. But in the process of putting together all these dope double entendres, dropping some heavy shit for your medulla oblongata, Tommy Bottoms is getting some static. You know what I mean? Tommy Bottoms has developed a slight drinking problem. But I'm not just a heavy drinker. See, I'm a heavy thinker. So I marinate my mind in some barley and hops and I jump off into some deep thought. See, I'm an inebriated genius with a Jose Cuervo flow. Call me the Black Al Capone, because I'm a modern day wordplay bootlegger and I ain't looking to dry out. See, I smuggled all my rhymes across that Mason-Dixon line. Now they call me the new mouth of the South. See, I am a socially conscious alcoholic. I keep up on current issues and worldviews over a couple of cold brews. And then I put together my pure thoughts in the form of a poem and present the people with my particular point of view. So if doing damage to my liver helps the people become better thinkers, then baby, bring on the cirrhosis. Because my soul is so ferocious, man, fuck some rehab, and I ain't looking for no AA. Because if I can get 20 million citizens to wake up and pay attention and listen to this bullshit double talk that these politicians be spitting, then death is a small price to pay. Because I am a drunken political pundit. No need to call a politician a pimp, because that just sounds redundant. But what I will say is, regardless if you're a Republican or a Democrat, politics is just a game, and all politics is lie, and they act like they on different teams, but believe they on the same side. And the reason why is because a politician's primary objective is to get reelected. So they'll say whatever they gotta say in order to survive. Do whatever it takes to keep their career in politics alive. But there's no need to worry. You can see these big corporations, the special interests, are doing everything possible to make sure y'all get the best government money can buy. How else you think these politicians can afford to dress so fly? They out here balling on the campaign trail, popping bottles of champagne, eating lobster tail, living rock star lifestyles, having domestic policy orgies in the Oval Office, fucking you right in the face because you refuse to see the obvious. And the reason you don't notice the distortion, because they got you sidetracked and distracted with polarizing issues like gay marriage and abortion. So while y'all run around here protesting, debating whether it's a woman's right to choose, or whether Gary can marry Larry or Sherry can marry Linda, the job you had for the last 10 years just got shipped off to India. But I know you don't want to put your trust in no drunk. It's all right. Ain't no need to listen to me. Just keep on listening to them gangsters in the mafia. Excuse me. Those gangsters in the media. See, they be pumping you so full of fear, got you believing everything that they feeding you. Like them dudes at Fox News. They just gangsters in blue suits. Got you so scared to death that you're ready to call the coroner. They got you believing there's a terrorist and a child predator standing on every single corner who can't wait to have sex with your young little daughter. But it's just like those Bill O'Reilly types. They always ready to declare war on something when they ain't never been in a fight. Just up there bumping his lips together like two Frisco dykes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Now, excuse me for my rudeness and my crudeness. See, I'm just up here rhyming under the influence, but I'm never too intoxicated to get behind the wheel of your mind. I would drive a point all the way home, have y'all thinking outside the lines. So before you start yelling fuck Bush, make sure you put on a rubber. Because the government and the media are in an open relationship with each other. And before I go any further, I need everybody to flag down the closest waitress, because I'm about to give everybody a shot of truth, straight up with no chaser. Now listen. The American media is the fourth branch of the government, and the important role that they play is the kind to keep the people in check and completely all balanced. That way the other three branches can do whatever they want to do, remain relatively unchallenged. That's because the American public is only concerned about the next celebrity scandal or the next high-profile murder case or the latest LAPD high-speed car chase. And while you sidetracked and distracted with all that, Your government just passed the Patriot Act. Now your phones is getting tapped, but they pumped you so full of fear, you don't see nothing wrong with that. That's because the media and the politicians have sold y'all on the slogan that Americans love their freedom. And that is the ultimate lie. Because Americans don't love freedom. Americans love to be pacified. Because all you need is an Xbox and an iPod, a laptop, and a credit card. American Idol on Wednesday, Starbucks the Cold Red Check. And you know we need our DVDs, cable TV on the big screen, ABC, NBC, BET, and MTV. Who really needs civil liberties when you got ringtones on your phone and PlayStation 3? See, you know, drink from the Kool-Aid, so now you become addicted to all these technology trinkets. You ain't nothing but a go-go gadget savage. You used to like having sex on the beach. Now you just surf the web for head. Look at the law going with a lovely lady who's looking to have a couple of BlackBerry babies. But it's your lust for all these electronic lovers is the reason why you no longer have to worry about the watchful eye of Big Brother. So they put cameras on all our cell phones. So now we just out here watching each other. Nigga, that's gangster. But it is time for the watch to become the watchers. You got to start paying attention how these politicians and media moguls be moving like mobsters. Stop thinking that the Bloods and the Crips got some beef. Real gangster shit go down between Madison Avenue and K Street. And I know some of y'all probably think, man, this nigga drink way too much. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. But that's cool. Because see, the difference between me and most of you is I can always say I'm too drunk to notice the government abuse. But most of y'all sitting in here bone dry sober. Your government still getting over. So tell me what exactly is your excuse. But it's the Black Al Capone, the new mouth of the South. I'm about ready to sign out because I'm about to ride out the Waffle House. Go get me something to eat. But before I leave, I need a little more time to think. So bartender, go and hook me up with another goddamn drink. Yeah. Now my primary purpose in poetry is to tick some people off. So I'm hoping somebody get offended with these words that I'm spitting. That way I know I'm doing my job. Because when it comes to this mic game, I ain't got time to play. So you won't hear no raunchy talk about how I make the coochie pop, my AK spray. Got way too many other things I need to say. Because I'm the new millennium field nigga with the article to Kente. I'm the runaway slave that got away. Told master to get up off my tip and where he can stick his resume and his 401k. I know 401 other ways to get paid. So never allow nobody ever to lead you to believe that they ever bought a slavery. Because basically, the business of slavery is way too profitable for it to ever be stoppable. See, America simply reinvented the definition of slavery by really taking race out of the equation in order to increase the size of their plantation. So now, regardless of your ethnic or racial persuasion or your religious affiliation, every one of you now has the opportunity to work on master's plantation. Because anybody that works a job that pays them anything that close to minimum wage can go ahead and consider themselves a slave. See, the biggest misconception with slavery is that the slaves didn't get paid. That the slaves didn't get a paycheck. They definitely got paid. So they got the leftover food. Their master didn't want to consume, a few clothes and a place to stay. And that's exactly what you get with minimum wage. You get just enough sustenance to give you the guts to get up and do it again the next day. 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, and every other Sunday. And master no longer got to beat the slaves to make them behave. Now they just dock your pay or mess with your sick days or put you on that 12 to 6 graveyard shift. Got you busting your back from dusk to dawn, but you still don't have a phone and can barely keep your lights on. So in order for those little extra crumbs in life, sometimes the slaves afford to resort to commit petty crimes. You see, those slaves lived back in the day. Not only were they brave, but they had to live bold. Because whenever that weather got blistering cold, those same slaves had to break into master's home to steal warm blankets and extra clothes. And that's the very reason why, this very day and time, they still associate black people with crime. Which brings me to the 13th Amendment, where clearly mentions that slavery was the boss for all persons except for those convicted of a crime. So plantations become penitentiaries and correctional facilities where the state pays the inmate 8 cents an hour, provides them with food, clothes, and a shower, a place to stay. And that's when the warden forces that prison to produce products that the state turns right back around and sells in the open market. That's slavery 101, baby, regardless of what you want to call it. I mean, what if all these Walmart stores existed back in the year 1712? Who in the hell you think would have been working the cash registers and stocking the shelves? See, it doesn't matter if you're just a prisoner pressing out license plates in the prison system, or just some burger flipping, tomato picking Mexican immigrant, or just some auto factory worker working up in Flint, Michigan. Slavery is the heartbeat of capitalism, and capitalism is the beast that don't sleep. That's why there's cocaine on every corner and 24-hour TV.
Greetings. You're listening to the music session provided to you by Ebony Man 2K. If you missed my commentary on Strong Mama Chrissy and the gang at the beginning, make sure you scroll the red bar on the screen all the way to the left to view. Thanks. Greetings. You're listening to the music session provided to you by Ebony Man 2K. If you missed my commentary on Strong Mama Chrissy and the gang at the beginning, make sure you scroll the red bar on the screen all the way to the left to view. Thanks. Greetings. You're listening to the music session provided to you by Ebony Man 2K. If you missed my commentary on Strong Mama Chrissy and the gang at the beginning, make sure you scroll the red bar on the screen all the way to the left to view. Thanks.